across the checked boxes, across quarter and category, across quarter and category. For every category across quarters, it gives me running total. So now let's say if I want to go pane down, that means for every quarter, my pane down is quarter. For every quarter in a year, that needs to be my scope. That means I need to keep for every quarter and year unchecked. Quarter and year I should keep unchecked. Calculate running total for every segment in a category. That gives me my pane down calculation. I'm sorry, this is table down calculation. So if I want pane down, then I should only do for segment. I should leave out category as well. Category should also go in scope. So that will give me pane down calculation. So this is the way how you read a table calculation. First, you should start with the unchecked boxes. For every category, quarter and year, calculate my whatever the table calculation here running total across the checked boxes segment. Okay, now let's try and do the same thing for let's say table across. So we already did it, but let's try and do that. So I want table across, so that means my calculation direction is year and quarter. My scope is for every segment in a category. So my segment and category will be unchecked. They'll define the scope, and I'll keep this and this for the direction, so that goes table across. So for every combination it gives like that. So that's a better way to read it. Okay, so we saw this thing, how to do these things, and last time we also saw some of the major types of table calculations like rank and percentage difference, how they use moving calculation, and different variants of some of these table calculations as well. Okay, now what we do is today we'll get a little bit more into complexities involved while handling table calculations. Okay, so we'll try and understand how table calculation works, what is happening, and what are the challenges that might happen while calculating a table calculation. So before that, let me this is the last exercise that we did last Friday. This is already table calculation that we built. I know it's currently in the view. It's nowhere. You cannot find this field as a calculated field nowhere here, because it's already written on the view. So if I want that, I'll just drag it here, and it will prompt a calculation for which I can name some sales calc, and I can save that particular table calculation as a field for me to use in the other views if I want to. Now I can save table calculations like that. Okay, having said that, now coming to this particular view, I have my sales split across each of the state in a particular segment. So for each segment, I have the top 5 states with respect to sales, and I got their ranks, the top 5 ranks, using a calculated field, table calculation. Okay, now I want to, if you can see the numbers, the ranks, they are not sorted. One is not on the top, they are just random. Now let's say I want to sort this number. I want 1 on the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So how do you think we can do that? It's just like don't have to be a right answer. We are just trying to think what we can do. So normally, if you want to sort by anything, we have these sort options. Do you think any of these things will work for this particular thing?
No, because we have multiple same rank at multiple segments.
Sorry?
We have same rank in multiple segments, so it will not sort properly. 1, 1, 1 would come together either.
Let's see. We want ascending rank, right?
You have to actually, you'll have the drop down, right, for state. I think you have to use that. Maybe in that view.
Yeah. So we have a sort here. So So we can do sort over here as well. So for every state, okay. And then we have this different types of sorts. This here is manual sort. We can do manually, like whatever the one that we want on the top, we can place it like that. But we want by a particular field. So we'll keep the field, and we'll try and find what field we should sort it by. Rank, okay. But do we have that field in the list here? No, just there is no rank. So how do you sort it?
Just drag that table calculation into calculation field and name it, and then you can have it.
Okay, I'll do that. So let me call it as rank X. Okay, I have now put that there. I'll go to sort, sort by field. Do I have that field here? There is no, right? It's not there. Okay. So yeah, now this is something, this invokes a lot. We're just seeing the tip of something that invokes a lot of Tableau's ground rules. So I'll explain. So the task that we can do, basically we can do it in other ways as well. So for example, I know rank is just a dependent of sales variable. I can just come and put sales field here, and it will automatically give me sort. Okay, it's only giving in one segment. Okay, that's off topic. It's okay. So the reason why rank is not, we are unable to sort using this table calculation is there is something called Tableau order of operations. Okay, this is something. So this is like a constitution for Tableau's all the operations. So whenever you create a view, you are putting something in marks card, you are putting something in color, text, you're having some LODs, so you're having some table calculation. There are a lot of operations, you're having some filters, lot of operations involved. And how does Tableau know which one should I perform first? Should I perform filter and then do calculations, or should I first perform table calculations and then do filters? So both will give different results in most of the cases. So Tableau already defined a predefined set of order for all the operations. So whatever the operation you provide in the view, they will go in this order alone. So for that reason, what is happening here is your table calculations are, if you would remember in the first session, the difference between a normal calculated field and the table calculation is that these calculated fields are going into creation of a view. They are going into process of the making of a view, whereas table calculations are not involved in creation of a view, but once the view is created, they are involved in enhancing the view. So table calculations are never involved in creation of a view. So but when you are trying to sort here using this table calculation, this rank, what you are trying to do is basically you are trying to use a table calculation in creation of a view, which is not possible. So Tableau understands that, and it will not show in the sort field here, irrespective of if you have that as a field or any case, it will not have that sales rank as a for you to sort here. So because sorting is is an operation that is defining your view, and your table calculations can only come in once your view is fixed. Okay, if your view is not fixed, table calculations cannot enter. If you can see my order of operations here, they are something like they are the things lastly calculated after everything is done. Your table calculations are almost lastly calculated. That means almost when your view is completely ready, your table calculation will start to kick in and start to calculate themselves. So that is the reason, and most of the actions that you think that you will work, you can work with the normal table calculated fields, you might not work with the table calculation. So that thing you must be aware of. So most of the times this it's not this Tableau order of operations is a very big thing, and most of the times when Tableau shows strong results and we don't know why this is happening in so and so order, most of the time, 80 to 90% of the time, that you are messing with this order. So if you have time, I suggest you can research more on this thing and see examples in this thing. So it will help you figure out and find the problem that you are doing. So this is an important concept. We'll cover it hopefully some other time. So this is one thing. Got it.
Yeah, this concept keeps coming back every time.
Yes.
Jagdish,
Yeah.
It's because of the pervasive nature of it, and also I think if you want to become an expert in Tableau, I think mastering this particular whatever the order, I think is critical, because it goes into understanding how Tableau is behaving in a certain way.
Yeah. So basically, why this was required is because Tableau cannot perceive. It's a machine cannot perceive in what order each person that is using Tableau wants to have those operations ordered. So what Tableau did is, instead of going with each person's different order, I'll give Tableau itself a particular order. Everyone has to follow this order. So that was the intention behind it. So yeah, it's Chaitanya said, it's important to understand this thing to be able to be more flexible and understand how Tableau works behind it. Okay, so that is one thing. Now let's say we have sales here. Now I have my sales field. What I'll do is I want a running total for this sales across pane down. How should I go across? Can someone guide me? I have my sales field. I want to do it running total for pane down. Again, no wrong answer. Don't be afraid. It's just like understanding different concepts. A running total you already saw. So I want someone to guide me. Akhil?
Go to the quick table calculations. Click on it.
Okay.
Running total.
Okay.
Edit it.
Edit.
Pin. Okay.
Pin down. Okay. Let me pull down my original sales. Okay, let me just here. What's happening here?
I think it's table down.
Okay, you think table calculation problem. Okay, let's edit table calculation. It's a pane down. That's what we want. But why the numbers are so off? Why it's showing wrong? The reason is what it is doing is basically I have a table calculation filter over here. So, and this is one of the reasons table calculations when it is involved, even if you change a little bit of the view, as Chaitanya mentioned in the last session, the values may seem completely off. So the reason why it's happening here is I have put a filter on the rank. See, there are some hundreds of some at least 200 plus states in this data, and I'm only showing top 5 in each segment by filtering based on the rank. Okay, I put the rank filter table calculation here and filtering only for top 5. Now what's happening here is, if why this particular value is coming, let me check New South Wales consumer without the filter. Okay, so this is the table where I've no filter. Okay, New South Wales. I'll go for New South Wales. So what it's doing is Yeah, so that sort is actually messing up. Okay, now you can see we have running total, but the numbers are not so much, because if I go to California in this particular table where my filter is not there, California, the value here is 922974. Okay, that means it's actually not, it's not doing the running total in this particular table that you're seeing. It's doing the running total here on this. So it's basically adding up all these things and all the values above here, and it's giving that particular 922 value that we saw for California. Where is it? Yeah, this value here. And likewise, all these values here 255, it should be okay. Let's assume this was wrong, but here the value should be 92 plus 922 whatever this value plus this value should be this value, but it's different because in that particular table England is holding this value. That's why it's coming out here. So why is this happening? I'm putting the table calculation on this view, but it's giving me it should give me some of these things, but it's giving me some table running total on some other table which is irrespective of this. That is again because of the order of operations. The filter that I used here is a table calculation filter, the rank, and that is performed last in the filter. So my view is already fixed. My view is currently, though it is looking like this, my view is actually this view. It's not this view. So and after my view is this, my table calculation is calculated. That's why I'm getting these values. If you can see the order of operations, my table calculations are calculated first. Once the table calculations are calculated, then the filter is coming up. So it's just calculating this on this particular view and filtering out the unnecessary states based on this particular filter. So that's why this particular values are not as we are expecting. So is that clear, the concept?
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, so it's important that we understand this thing and make sure we use them appropriately in the manner that they are intended to. So that is one thing. So this is to give you another example of order of operations. This is a simple example why it's important. See, I have multiple states across different countries. Okay, and I put the filter for only United States, and I'm seeing the sales across sales percentage across different states, and it's giving me these results: 0.9%, etc. California 3.6%. It's giving me that, and immediately when I change the filter, same filter to context filter, my values are changing: 19%, 3.6%, etc. So if I just open this calculated field OP1, so what it's doing is it's taking the sum sales. So it will take sales for every state and calculate the fixed sum sales. Fixed sum sales is, so it will take the sales for all the sales in the data source irrespective of this filter. So this again brings us to the order of operations. If you see here, my fixed is working somewhere between context filter and dimension filter. Okay, fixed LOD works before dimension filter but after context filter. So when I have my dimension filter, United States as dimension filter, this fixed will give me some sales for all the countries, not only just United States. It will give me for all the countries, and once this is calculated, then the filter is being applied. That's why this percentage here, the denominator contains sales for all the countries, not just United States alone. But once the calculation is done, I'm viewing the calculation only for United States. Now when I put that filter as a context, what's happening here was my fixed LOD will, before calculating my fixed LOD, my context filter gets applied. So here the denominator is only the sales that is coming from the United States alone. That's why my percentages have gone up. If you see here, my California, the percentage is 3.6 when it's and here it's 19.9. So these sort of things will be there based on the requirements. So you have to be flexible, like how to use these things. So that is just to give you an importance of the applications of order of operations in different aspects. Yeah. Okay. Coming back to quick table calculations. Okay. Can anyone tell me, like, to have subcategories and sales in 2013 and 2014? I just need to get the year-over-year growth across these 2 years. Jairam?
So some sales we have to put some other fields so we can like edit the table calculation.
Okay. You want me to add a table calculation?
Yeah, year-over-year growth.
Okay, year-over-year growth. Okay, good. Any other way we can do? We can also do, like, I can just get the percentage difference from that also gives the same results because of the structure of the table. Okay. Okay, good. Now let's say I have this thing. Okay, here what I have here is so I have consumer and state, same table structure, and I put the sales edit table calculation. I put the sales as a percentage of total paint down. So basically paint down. It's paint down. So for every pane, I am calculating the percentage of total. So for in the consumer segment, it will give the percentage of sales for each of these states. Okay, I have this calculated field already. Now I want to get another calculation where it gives me, as I go down the table, it gives me cumulative running total of these percentages. For example, here 0.005 and here it should be 0.006, 0.009. That running total of this percent, I want that. So how do you think we can achieve that? Get there?
The secondary table calculation, does that help?
Okay, so we can add a secondary table calculation. Okay, that's a good point. Let me edit table calculation. Okay, do I have a secondary table calculation option?
So do one thing, just first go for running total, then find the percentage of total.
First running total of sales. Okay, let's try that. Okay, first running total, edit table calculation, go pane down. Okay,
Now secondary
table calculation, and you also want this to be pane down, and it should be running
percentage of total.
Percentage of total. Okay, got it. Let me see if choose which one. Okay, my first one is the original one. Okay, what's happening? The results are not matching.
Okay, running total itself is taking twice. We can calculate percentage of total.
3, 4, 5. So that's a different thing. Okay, that's a different thing. So the reason is okay. The reason I wanted you to think about this is, see, simple. The options that we are seeing here, the edit table calculation, these things, don't think these alone are the table calculations. Table calculation, these things are just to keep you handy. So the just quick table calculation, edit table calculation here are just the table calculation that you can quickly make. So if I want to achieve that, what I should do is, first I need to save this particular field that gives me the percentage of sales as a field. Let me save that. PCT of sales across state. Okay. now I'll create a calculated field and call it cumulative PCT of sales cross date. Now I can use that particular table calculation here, and I know there is a function called running total. Yeah, running sum. I'll take running sum, and I'll drag this field over here, and it's the Tableau already is calculated. It's as a detected it as a table calculation. So table calculations are not only where you right click and that. This is also table calculation. Okay. Now I know. I'll click OK, and I'll pull this here, and I'll adjust the direction for that edit table calculation and go for pane down, and see the results are okay. Maybe the fraction. Let me just format it.
No. I think change.
Percentage 3 points. Okay, that is. Okay. This is the other one, right? Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Okay. Yeah. So this is the cumulative one. I forgot this. Okay. Yeah. So it's giving me the cumulative percentage that I want. Let me just. Why it's 0.1 here? 0.2, 0.3. Actually, no, let me just. Percentage of sales.
I have one, like, I think it might be like not 0 exactly, like less than 0.05 or something. So when we take running total at some point, it will be like 0.009. So it will be that be taken as 0.0. Is it the case?
Formatting,
Rounding of.
Okay, that's okay. For that could be the reason. But the reason, the point I wanted to tell here, convey here is, oftentimes we thought that whenever we do calculation, last session we thought that secondary calculation is not allowed for multiple, only for running total or etc., but not for others. But it's not the case. What you can do is you can just save that particular calculation here as a field, and you can use like we calculated cumulative percentage of sales. So this field itself is a table calculation, and this running sum is acting on the top of that table calculation. This itself, so this it's equivalent to a secondary calculation. Though this combination is not possible in the default options that we saw here, when we right click there, it's not giving the secondary calculation option for the percentage of sales. But using this mechanism, like putting that as a field and writing the table calculation by ourselves, we made that combination of secondary calculation in that for those two table calculations possible. And it's not limited to secondary calculation. We can go on till tertiary 4. We can involve multiple table calculations likewise based on our requirement. So now if I go here, I don't know if you have noticed, but when I go to edit table calculation for this thing, it's showing before the nested table calculations. It's showing this field. It will not show the same for just the primary table calculation, edit table calculation. See, it's just a calculation type for single table calculation. But when it is involved multiple tables, table calculations, it will show nested table calculation. That means that particular calculation involves multiple, and all the table calculations that are involved in that particular table calculation are shown here. Okay, so this is a next level in the table calculations. So the what I want you to know is the table calculations are not just limited to the options that you can find here or add table calculations. Table calculations are much bigger than the options that are provided there. When I go to some calculation field and go here and get table calculations, all the functions that you see here, if you use any of these functions, or if you use any of the quick table calculations that are on the default options, all of those default options can also be created using these functions. Wherever you use these functions, that particular calculations will be a quick table calculation, the table calculation, and it's only a particular subset of these functions which are frequently used are taken and put as a quick go-to option in the quick table calculation. So the scope for table calculations is much bigger than those default options alone. So yeah, I wanted you to know that. So understanding these, each of these functions, what they do and how they perform, will help you exploit these table calculations options much deeper in order to enhance the views and get the analysis much deeper. So yeah, that's what I planned for today. In the coming sessions, what we'll do is we'll get deeper into the nested calculations. We'll see multiple examples on the nested table calculations. We'll also explore, if possible, the other table calculation functions we'll see, and we'll try and develop table calculation using those functions.